Greetings everyone and welcome back to episode 6 of my Amazon Lord of the Rings location series, where in this series we look at all the different places on Amazon's Lord of the Rings on Prime map and then see what events happened in the Second Age in that place, which then could be shown in Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series. So in today's episode we'll be looking at Minhiriath. So if you guys enjoy this, please like and subscribe, and let's get into today's video.
So Minhiriath was located between the Brandywine River on its northwest border and the Grey Flood on the southeast border. Then the Shire was north of the Brandywine River across Sandford, and at the top of the map you can see that crossing there. And Denwaith was south of the Grey Flood as well. And the eastern border of Minhiriath was probably around the north-south. And also on the southwest, Minhiriath had a coast on the sea, and you can see that as well. And the forest that was around next to the southwest border was called Erenvald as well. Now let's get into the history. So the earliest inhabitants of the original forest of Minhiriath were descended from the same Atani as the ancestors of the Númenóreans, which is quite interesting. But because they spoke really unintelligible languages, so the ones that no one spoke, the Númenóreans did not class the Minhiriathium as middlemen. Combined with their later hostility, they classified them as men of darkness. So they were kinda foreshadowed and cast away because they did not speak all the other languages that everybody else knew. Now let's get into the Second Age, where most of the events happened. So in the Second Age, when the large-scale deforestation of their land began under the Númenóreans, who were also known as the Ship Kings, after the 7th century, the Minhiriathium, I think that's how it's quite hard to say, became openly hostile with the Númenóreans, and they were later persecuted. Only those who fled from Minhiriath into the dark woods of the Great Cape of Erenvald, which we talked about before, survived. Most, if not all of these forest dwellers subsequently welcomed Sauron and hoped for his victory over the Men of the Sea, but they were soon disappointed and permanently trapped by Sauron's burning of much of the rest of the surviving forest and final defeat in 1701 of the Second Age. So this is actually quite interesting. So these men actually started to despise the Númenóreans and actually wanted Sauron to win and be victorious, but Sauron came and actually burned their forest, so it wasn't good in the end. What we can tell through this time is that the Númenóreans and this is when they started building, and they cut lots of trees down from and then Minhiriath. And the picture you're seeing right now on screen is actually showing us how much of the forest was left after the Númenóreans had come and actually started cutting all the trees down for timber and to be able to build their kingdoms. And it showed how much this area of land, this region, had been tampered by the Númenóreans, and this is how the Númenóreans began in Middle-earth to start building up. And maybe we will see this in the Second Age, showing the Númenóreans after the downfall of Númenor coming to Minhiriath and actually starting to cut down the trees and actually having this altercation with the middlemen. Well, not really middlemen, they were called, as I won't see it as that, but that'd be interesting. So we'll see the relationship between them, and we'll see how the Númenóreans built their empire in Middle-earth as well. And we can see this all through when they started in Minhiriath. And it also kind of reminds me of in I think it was the Fellowship of the Ring, where it shows Saruman with his Uruk-hai they were cutting down the forest. So it's kind of like that. It was that level of knocking down. Maybe there were some Ents there, you never know. Carrying on, from Second Age through 320, Minhiriath became part of the newly established kingdom of Arnor, and at that time it formed the upper part of, in Tolkien's words, a land that was far and wide, on either bank, a desert, treeless but untilled. The fact that it's treeless shows that how much work the Númenóreans had done there. Now let's carry on with the rest of its history. So from A61 of the Third Age, Minhiriath was inherited by one of Arnor's 3 successor states, Cardolan. But the ravaging of Cardolan by the evil force of the Witch King of Admar in 149 of the Third Age no doubt caused really big depopulation of the whole country. So this was the time when Angmar came and tried taking over whole of Arnor and succeeded. And even worse, later on, the Great Plague in 1636, the Third Age, where Minhiriath was almost entirely deserted. Then after 197.5 of the Third Age, there was still some hunter folk lived in the woods. And then by the end of the Third Age, Minhiriath was claimed by no kingdom at all. So in the Third Age, you see a real big decline of Minhiriath, but we don't see this in the TV series most likely, so it doesn't really matter. And so the human population mostly dropped, and by the War of the Ring, it was just a randomly forested area. Now finally, let's talk about how it could be portrayed in Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series. So firstly, I want to talk about how probably overall in the TV series we're going to be seeing throughout the seasons the decline of Minhiriath, because maybe originally in the first season or in the first few episodes we'll see how thriving all the forests are and how many trees there are and how beautiful the landscape is, but maybe in the late seasons when the Numenorians come and land and start cutting all these trees down and basically destroying the land and making it barren throughout the years, and will show the rapid decline of Minhiriath. And I think it will be like in, I think it was the Fellowship of the Ring, where Saruman actually ordered his Uruk-hai and his orcs that he had got given from Sauron to actually cut down the trees. And maybe it'll show Tolkien's theme of industrialization as well. But yeah, I think we will definitely see Minhiriath in quite a lot, because we're going to be seeing how the Numenorians adventured there and gathered all the materials to build their empires like Gondor and Arnor, for example. Another interesting thing I believe we'll see is the altercation between the folk who originally lived there and the Numenorians, because they faced persecution and because they just didn't know their languages at the start and they didn't see each other as equal and started fighting each other, and it ended up with the folk who used to live in the forest actually turn against the free people and actually want Sauron to succeed, which will show that not everyone in Middle-earth wanted to see Sauron fall, and there were some men especially that still wanted to see Sauron succeed, which would be really, really interesting. So we'll see the altercation there as well, hopefully. And this is all speculation still, but I'm just trying to show what things we could see in the TV series. And also, I think we'll be seeing Minhiriath quite a lot, probably the most out of the first 5 episodes I've done so far, because Minhiriath is such a quite a large region, and maybe we'll see the characters traveling through it when they're going to other destinations as well, so just peep here and there as well. So yeah, that's how I could see Minhiriath being portrayed in, and the events that happened in Minhiriath that could be portrayed in Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series. Thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it. And if you did like this content, please could you like and subscribe and press the bell icon as well so you know when I upload. And I really enjoyed this series, and I know you guys do as well, so thanks for that, and thanks for all the support recently as well. But until Saturday, goodbye.